Okay, let's pick it up on the mount. So we're talking about top game tips, and I want to pick up where we left off with the power smash mount technique, and then from there, that's a beautiful opportunity to go right from your position into an arm triangle. So from here, that same technique. So pull everything in, get the steamroller pressure with that steamroller chest pressure here. Hips nice and low. Now as I go for the technique from here, I bring it over, windshield wiper my leg out, and then pull it in to make sure I don't get caught up in a quarter guard. And now from here, I want to do the same thing. As soon as I hit mount, I readjust. So I pull John's head off to the side to take his spine out of alignment. 1, 2, I apply my shoulder low into his jaw and neck, and then I start to come up like this. Okay, so I go in and up, making sure my shoulder is not too high up on his cheek or his temple. Now from here, see where my arm is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is flare his elbow up a little bit, and then if he's really trying to bury his wrist down to keep me from getting under, I just slide my chest back and then I smear. Okay, now once I have that, you'll notice the wrist is popped out, so he can't defend it at that point. Everything is about frame pressure, not me having to wrestle with his arm. Now at this point, I thread my fingers under his armpit. So I just release, hand on the mat, thread my fingers, pull this back in, so now it's not a palm-to-palm crossface, it's threaded in like this. And now from here, everything is about the Evil Dead walk. Okay, so crawling, crawling, crawling. If I try and force this up, he's gonna force it down. So instead, this is actually superior in terms of pressure. Now at the same time from here, I'll start to extend my leg down a little bit. I'm really stretching out this side. And once I pass this over, now I'm in, okay? So a couple tips in here, because as soon as you start doing this with success, you can go right into the finish, but you're going to start getting people defending, okay? So real quick, I'll show the finish because most people know it, and then I'll go into addressing the defense. Okay, so once I get here, I bring my head down. Now instead of coming here like this, I prefer, once I'm here, to just put my palm flat on the mat, because if you do this motion, okay, and then you do this motion, you'll notice that this flexes your bicep and your forearm together, and just the rotation takes more space out. Okay, it's actually a tighter position. And my hand on the mat will usually be all I need to keep it from slipping. If I need to even put my fingers together, that will usually suffice. So I get this in tight, bring my shoulder in. Now I bring this up, okay, so I slice my knee over, and I come in, and now everything's flattened out, and I circle until I get the tap. Okay, next, John's defending, so he's doing the answering the telephone technique. Now from here, this can be a real problem for me. So what I don't want to do is bring my head up and try and force this over. That's where he'll bury his arm down. I see people do that all the time. So this is what we worked out a while ago to come up with. So from here, I'm doing this. I'm actually going to take my hand, bring it over the back of my head, and as he's creating a frame, I'm going to be creating a frame to beat it at this angle. See, he's doing this. I want to go this way. So from here, I bring my arm over, and I start to force this up. Now when I come over here, I switch that to the wrist, push it across, and now I go for the finish. Okay, so switch that angle. So from here, John's made a nice frame. I can't get under it. I come over the back of my head, I create my own frame. And from here, as I press my head into him, I start to bring that up. Now, he's got his elbow pointed towards the ceiling. From here, switch, come over. Now my hand goes to the wrist. Force that off. Come in for the submission.